welcome to Something Saturday. So today I thought I would show you an interesting way of colouring in your stamps. I think it makes it look amazing, and you can get several colours in one stamp. So let's get on to making. Okay. Okie dokie. So I'm going to be using the new Bows and Blossoms and the Bow Punch, which does actually come as a what's the word I'm looking for? A bundle. There you go. Got the word out. Woohoo! Well done, Heather. So it comes as a bundle, although if you're part of my January mega class, you'll be getting just the punch itself as part of your kit. However, if you then want to get this, I'm quite happy to do the 10% discount on it, because I know that you would have got a 10% discount had it been as a whole. So I thought we would go ahead and use it, and I'll just show you how gorgeous it is. So this is the card that I have created. Hopefully this is showing. I'm just going to move it to one side so I can actually see. Yes, I can. Excellent. Do you see how beautiful and vibrant those colours look? Well, they look that way to me, so I'm hoping it shows up on the video. I'm going to show you how to do that. So we will need... Ooh, would help if I had a card out, wouldn't it? We'll need a card. Woohoo! Yay, go the card. And we'll need some scrap paper and a bit of cardstock. So, where's the other bit? There it is. That's the one I want. So you need to stamp both of these to begin with, because obviously we're going to be putting those up on dimensionals. Right. Let me show you. I'm going to change the colours as well, because, you know, I'm like that. So let me go with Pacific Point, Bermuda Bay, and Coastal Cabana. So they're just some beautiful blues that I happen to love. So, you know, that's why we're using them. And I'm going to be using my daubers for them. Right. Take your Coastal Cabana, which is your lightest colour, and we're going to daub that into the middle there. So make sure that it looks like there's enough on there. Then we're going to go the Bermuda Bay, and we're going to just daub that around the outside. It doesn't actually matter if it goes all the way to the edge, but you don't want to completely cover over all of the Coastal Cabana. And then, because Pacific Point is the darkest colour, it can just tap over top of the Bermuda Bay. Now, because you've got to that point, chances are the centre of it has dried, so huff on it. You go, off screen, ha-ha, and hold it down for the count of 5. So 3, 4, 5. How amazing is that? Hopefully you can see it. I just think the vibrancy of colour is incredible. So you're going to stamp both of these stamps. So the other one, so both of those two, I'm just going to give that one a quick clean off before I go and shove my fingers all over it and then go, oh, now I'm remarkably blue because I already have a blue thumb from doing exactly the same thing earlier. So bonus. All right, so you're going to cut both of those out, and luckily for you, I did a couple earlier. It's like Blue Peter again. Here's one I produced earlier. At least I know Lindy's going to get that comment. Okay, so then what I wanted to do was just work out a way for these to sit nicely on my card. I'm probably going to go with the same order because I really like the way that it turned out in the last card. I'm going to take my... Stamping Right marker, because, oh, not that end. You know, the Stamping Right markers have a little thin line and a little thick line. And the theory is that the thin line contains that. So that's not even writing, that's really helpful. But the thick line contains that, which is the one that you can actually ink up your stamp with. So we can just go ahead and colour in just the stems, because I'm not going to be able to what's the word, colour those up with a dauber, just because the dauber is too fat for that. Sorry daubers, you're not too fat, honestly. So then we're going to go with a bit of, not those ones, come on, move along. I'm just going to go with a bit of Bermuda Bay. And, oh no. And it really helps if you shove it in the right ink. So Bermuda Bay. And then we're going to go with the Pacific Point and just add just a little bit onto the end of those. So then I want it to go about here, so I'm going to huff on it again and stamp it. I just love these colours, my goodness. Okay, let's give it a clean off again. And I think that's all I'm going to be using these colours for now, so I reckon I can tuck them all away and move on to my greens. 1, 2, 3, there's my greens. Here's my greens. Green. Always remember seeing like a comedy clip, and they were crossing the road, and you know, you got the red, yellow and green traffic lights, and the green was going green. Little things amuse me. Anyway, we're also going to stamp a few of these other things. Oh, I hope I got this the right way up. Yes, I have. Thank goodness for that. So I want these to also have the variation of colour in them. So to do that, I'm actually going to ink them up completely with the Granny Apple Green, and then I'm just taking my dauber and I'm going to just go over the edges with a little bit of the Garden Green. And we're going to pop that one down there. Don't need to huff on it because I know I worked really fast with that, so it doesn't actually need extra huff, as it were. And just do the same on this one. This one goes into the corner. There it is. Whoopsie. Standing up, please, folks. And this one here. So just doing that, and pop that up the side there. There we go. I think they're really cool the way that turns out like that. Now the other thing I have done here, so we're going to use the punch too. So I think that I can fit one of these. I actually just want, I can do this. I actually just want the main one in this, because I wasn't terribly happy with the way that this little one turned out, so I thought I might just do that in vanilla rather than in this colour. So this is the Granny Apple Green, the cardstock that I'm using here, and then I just want to add a little bit of my Garden Green just to the edge of that, just so that it copies in with the rest of the greenery. And then I'll know that that can sit into there. All looks a bit spaced out at the moment till you actually get the stuff on top. But let's just give that a quick clean before I end up with green fingers everywhere with this. There they are. And I've got those all done. Oh, this little one. So the little one, we're just gonna punch the little one out and get stuff stuck in my punch. Yay! So with this one, I'm going to go with, nope, I'm going to use the pen. So just to colour in, again, the stem, because it's just a little bit too hard to do this with your dauber. you'd get it, but then you'd end up getting the flowers as well, which is not really the point. So let's go with a bit of my Bermuda Bay. There's the Bermuda Bay. Let's add just a teeny bit of Pacific Point onto there, and then that way it sort of matches up with the other one. There it is. Ooh, really, really loving that colour combination. Oh, I'm so happy I used that one. Okay, let's move those along. And where's my two? Okay, cool. So let's stick these pieces down. Let's grab my Tombow. And I'm just going to put a little bit of Tombow onto there. I have found that the Tombow that I'm currently using doesn't actually like to give me a little tiny bit. It likes to give me a whole heap. So sometimes you get them like that. So I'm just going to spread my Tombow between the two ends of this. And we're going to put one onto there. I'm hoping that this is going to be successful. That's looking good. And one onto there like that. Yep, this is looking good. And then I've got to stick these two guys down. So now there is, wherever I put them, there is the normal dimensionals. So the one that I'm putting on the bottom, I'm actually just going to add normal dimensionals to it. And you'll see what I mean when I'm talking about normal dimensionals blah, 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 in a minute. I know what I'm talking about. This is good. Always good if I know what I'm talking about as well. Oh, let's put the flower the right way up, shall we? I think it goes that way. Looks like it goes that way. Okay, so we've got one there. And then this one here, I just want this one to be slightly higher. And I have found that, oh my goodness, why can I never remember the name of this? You know what? I'm going to have to look it up because it's annoying that I don't know the name of it. There's my glues. It is called Foam Adhesive Strips, which, you know, is a logical name, but apparently my mind doesn't really do logic all that terribly well. So I'm just going to take a chunk of this off here. And if I drop it into 3, that should give me sufficient to put onto the back of this. So 1, 2, 3. Hang on. There it is. So then just peel off the other side of that. 1, 2, 3. And you'll find that there is that little bit of a gap because of the difference in height, but it's nice because it gives it that bit of dimension on this one and this one. So yeah, I just think that's really cool. That's why you need this as well as this. See, there's a reason for everything, really, isn't there? And then the saying, yes, didn't remember to get anything out for the saying actually. All right, now I did find that obviously I have not stuck my saying on straight, so I tried to stamp it straight onto there and it was wonky. Disappointing, isn't it? So let's go with Bermuda Bay. And then we're going to grab the Pacific Point and just literally tap around the edge of this. It doesn't really matter if it ends up on there because I'm not planning on wobbling my stamp enough that it does that. And it just gives a little bit different. I'll show you what it would look like if it was just plain, so you can see the difference. Let's just do a plain one on this one. So you can tell that there's just a slight difference in colour between the two of them. Oh, and apparently I actually did manage to wobble it on this one and I got an extra mark. Oh, good job, Heather. Okay. All right. So then I need to cut this out. Where's my cutter? There it is. All right. So I'm going with the double oval punch. Hopefully you can see that. And I just want to use the bottom punch part of it to give myself that little hello. Hello. Thank you for coming, by the way. And thank you for carrying on watching. That's kind of cool that somebody watches me. I'm excited by that. Let's just give this a bit of a go around the outside. I think this time I might actually just leave it plain. So I'm going to ink off as much of this ink as I can, because I thought I'd show you one more thing, which I know a lot of you will have seen me do before, but I kind of like it. So you take off as much ink as you can, and then you just go around the edge like this, and it just sort of gives it like a smoky sort of edge to it. I just love the effect that that gives. Little smoking. Although you do end up with an awful lot of ink there. So let's just get rid of it. And we need a couple of dimensionals just to pop this up on the back. 1, 2. Oh. And let's stick that down about there, I reckon. So there you go. That's how you can create something that looks really vibrant in colour. And it gives you like the graduated colour going out of your work as well, which I think is lovely. This one I thought I might just make it into a little tag and put something on the top of it, and I think that'll look really pretty on a prezi. So yeah, there we go. If you have enjoyed the video, please do share it, share the love. And don't forget to check over onto my blog as well, because usually I do a little bit extra on my blog that tells you about it, and some people don't actually like watching videos, so you know, that's fine. I don't mind. I'm easy with that. And come back and join me again next Saturday. If you see anything you want to purchase, strangely enough, do feel free to purchase it through me. Thanks so much for watching. Okay, bye.